Okay, today I'm going to do the hydroponic for my home. These are the PVC pipes that I'm going to use. Then here's some fitting and some pots. So I'm going to install over here. Also, I'm going to set up a solar panel. So these are the equipment inside. So this solar panel is mainly to power up the water pump for the hydroponic system. I'm going to show what's my plan later. Okay, so this is my initial design, but somehow I did some minor amendment because I want to fully utilize the material that I have. So I have actually enlarged the rack as well as the tubing systems. These are the cut sheets for my aquaponic system. So I have calculated all the pipe size and the quantities of the fitting as well. So let's move on. Okay, so now I already have all the quantities for the pipes. So I will now measure the pipes. Then after this, I will just cut it according to size. So now I will just measure all the pipes, then calculate all the quantities required. I already done all the measurement. Now I will proceed cut to size. Now I've done all the cutting, so now I will do some fouling for all the debris along the pipes. I've done all the fouling, so now I'll try to assemble it. Okay, the rack is done. This is roughly how it looks. Now I have some gradient issue for each tier. So I'll do the adjustment after the rack has been fixed. Okay. Now I will fix all the joint for the PVC pipes. Then I will do a precise marking for each spacing of the PVC pipes to ensure all the dimensions are correct. Okay, now I have do all the marking for the PVC pipes. So now I will use this adhesive to apply on the edge to fix it into a positions. Now I have glued up all the joints. So from the bottom I will install some levelers because the terrain is not level. So I will use the adjustable levelers to level up the whole rack. Okay, so now I will install this leveler underneath. I will install here at the corner as well as some in the middle. I have a water tank to put on top of this pipe, so I will need some support here as well. So basically this is how it looks. I have two nuts which I can adjust the level accordance to the terrain. Okay. Now our marking for the tube. So these are the seeding pot. Maybe I'm going to make few here. Then the rest of it is the main pot. I'll do the marking first. Okay, now I want to do a hole for this end cap, and I'll install this valve and with the tank connector. This is a 15 mm connector. Okay, so now I'll make a hole for it. Okay, I've done drilling all the holes and also installed the connectors as well as the valve. So now I will be using the rubber tape to seal the end cap. Then I'll do a test. Okay, so now I'm going to do some water tests. So for this outlet, I temporarily using the stud to stop the water. So I have make sure all the valve has been closed. Now I'll start to fill in the water. Okay, now I have filled in all the water. So the top one and the bottom one seems okay. So far I can notice is this, so I might need to rectify this. So far all the joints looks good. So no sign of any leakage on the joint. Okay, so I'll rectify the middle one. Okay, so this is the reservoir that I'm going to make for my this hydroponic. Basically, I will make two holes with this tank connector. One is the inlet and one is the outlet. And I'll also make another hole for the overflow. So inside will be the filtration systems. So I'll basically just put some sponge to filter all the debris. Okay, so I bought these two container to modify into a filtration system. Basically, I will need to cut an opening as well as on top here. So now I'm going to make some hole inside for the water drain it from the top tier to the second tier. Okay. So this big one, I'm going to make the hole just for the side. Okay. So basically like this. After this, I'm going to try how's the water flow. If not sufficient, then I will make more holes to let the water flow consistently. Now I will do the connections for all the joints as well as connections to the reservoir which I'm going to put behind here. Now I'm doing a test run. This will be the incoming and we will run through the sections and came down from here, so as we can see the water flow inside and go through here coming down to the last tier. So as we can see here, lowest tier, so we will need to adjust this valve to control the water flow to avoid it from overflow. So this we will have to do some fine tune at the end of the day. So now I'm going to do the reservoir. So this is the pump that I'm going to use. Somehow the normal pipe that I'm using doesn't fit. So I bought this hose joint which use this aquarium pipe, then joins to here. Somehow this is kind of loose. So I take one, I just cut it off here, then I tape it, and then I'll use this connector, just slot it in. So I believe it's secure enough to prevent any major leak. So this is the fitting that I modified to join the hose. So I'm going to install this to my reservoir together with my pump. Now I temporarily plug in the pump, so let me turn it on. You can see there's no sign of leakage. So now I'm going to connect this inlet to the top tier. Now the connection is done. Seems that the water pump does not powerful enough to pump the water up. So I will need to have powerful pump to make the system work. So tomorrow I think I'll get another one. Okay, so today I bought a new pump. Hopefully it will works. Now I'm going to try. Okay, I have installed the new pump. It seems works well. So I also had collaborate all the valve to control the water flow to prevent overflow. The water cycle will back to this reservoir and go through this filter. This is just a trial. I think that's all for my hydroponic projects. So I will continue with my solar system. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to my channel. Then I will produce more of DIY projects. See you guys on the next video. Bye.